Hello, my name is Serena Dykeson. When I was 10 years old, I began being groomed by a relative who eventually would end up raping me by the age of 13. I was in the 6th grade when my abuse was exposed and I was taken to my local doctor's office to be examined. It was at that visit that I would find out that I was pregnant from the rape. That day would be the first time I ever heard the word abortion. My family doctor suggested abortion to my family as a solution to fix my crisis pregnancy. He referred us out to the Women's Pavilion Center in South Bend, Indiana. On the day of my clinic appointment, I was taken to a room alone where a counselor told me about a clump of cells. I was pretty clueless to what she was talking about, but when she asked if I was ready for the abortion, I nodded my head in agreement out of innocence to come back with me. Once the procedure was finished, I was taken to a recovery room with other women. When it was time for me to leave, I stood up only to hemorrhage all over myself and the floor. I was so weak and hardly could stand that my dad had to carry me out to the car. There was never a follow-up visit at the clinic, and the abortion was never talked about again. Even though I was 13 and had no clue about motherhood, I would struggle every single holiday and not understand why. I struggled with depression, had a miscarriage, my ovary ruptured, and I nearly lost my life. I had a complete hysterectomy before the age of 29. I used drugs and alcohol to numb my pain. I had marital issues that almost ended my marriage and struggled to be a mother to my other children. One night, after heavily drinking to mask my pain, I had an encounter that would change my life forever and begin the healing process. Even after much healing and attending a post-abortive retreat, hearing the news of over 2,000 baby remains on George Crawford's property stirred up so many emotions, not only for me, but many women reaching out to me. I feel like I have been violated all over again. Friday night was when I first saw the story. My whole body went numb from shock. That shock turned into lying in bed sobbing at the thought of my baby being on his property, and my tears turned to anger towards the unlicensed Whole Women's Health clinic in South Bend. If all of this is happening at a licensed clinic, I don't even want to imagine what is happening at an unlicensed clinic. The last few days, I've been getting many messages from post-abortive women who have felt all the same emotions I have. One of the most heartbreaking encounters I experienced was talking to a post-abortive woman who was so traumatized by the news that when she saw a gas line being dug up, she began crying and saying, "I know they're burying babies here." It was like talking to someone who had just returned from war. Another woman said, "I feel so violated." She had taken the time to heal only to have this wound cut right back open. As a post-abortive woman, I am asking that a full investigation be done and that these babies have a proper burial. I'm currently speaking with attorneys in hopes to sue his estate to get DNA testing done to know if my daughter was one of the babies on his property. If he could have the babies all these years later, I have a right to know if she was one of them. I'm also calling out Judge Sarah Evans to listen to my story and to shut down Whole Women's Health to protect babies and women in our area. I also want to encourage post-abortive women and men not to hold on to this turmoil any longer. Please reach out for help and healing. There are many people in the community that want to help you with the healing process. We are here for you. Just because you made a choice does not mean you deserve to sit in pain and suffering. There is forgiveness and hope and healing for you.